process. I've been blessed throughout my career to stay pretty injury-free, um, and it was what it was. It was upsetting that I couldn't be out there, but I had to do my part off the field, help some of the younger guys, and just talking to KB, talking to Jaden Mangum every time they came to the sideline. You know what I mean? And not even so much as like when it's in the game. I try not to hit him with the X's and O's too much about it, but just especially like Jaden for a younger guy, just keeping his head in it, keeping him level-headed, and then throughout the week, it's kind of like we watch film together and tell him what I see and how I kind of read the field a little bit. Especially with our linebacker depth, we knew we had a lot of guys that could go out there and play at a high level, and we wanted to give different looks based on what the offense was giving us, and Wisconsin ran a lot of big people out there, so we wanted to kind of match up with that, and we have the guys to do so, and that's something we had been working on, like Jacoby might have said. And the crazy thing is really when we switch personnels, it's really the calls, the actual plays we're running aren't really too much different. It's just the dudes who are in there, they're just able to take on blocks better and handle tight ends better. So it's really not much of a difference. It's still a little bit different than what we used to run with Coach D, our kind of a hard 4-3 quarters look. But we just we still have that in us if we need to, but we just kind of expanded on it. But yeah, it does remind me of what we used to play with Coach D. No, I remember, so I say this every year, grew up a Michigan fan. My dad was from Detroit, so I'm going to use that excuse. He was a Michigan fan until I got old and I got into recruiting and I got to see. But ever since I was younger, I mean, Michigan, watching this game, like the one I really remember is when we held them to like negative 40 whatever yards rushing. Like I remember being a kid just watching that, like, geez, these guys are playing around, and this Michigan State defense is flying around and doing some good things. And just being a football fan, so ever since then, I've always liked watching Michigan State. And then, coming up here, just being a Columbus kid, so being a Michigan fan from Columbus makes you not like Ohio State because they're crazy about their Buckeyes down there. And so I thought, like, the Ohio State game would be more emotional. But this game's just a little different, since I've been here. And it's fun atmosphere to be in. We're so used to it now. I mean, that's just kind of, especially for how long I've been here, it's been so many games where I don't even look at I just assume we're going to be underdogs, you know what I mean? I don't care how many points it is, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. And definitely. And I remember being at the game where Watts took the punt back. I was on the sideline with a little Michigan recruiting thing on. Like, I probably asked to come to the game because Michigan wasn't even that high on me as a player, honestly. And that's when I was young. I remember being younger and watching Michigan State on TV playing in the Rose Bowl. It was kind of like, it's funny now, and I haven't really thought about it like this. Like I was really kind of a Michigan State fan. I think like I was watching Darquez and dudes like Isaiah Lewis play. I remember and Curtis Drummond. Without even realizing that I was low key a Michigan State fan without even thinking about it too hard. You talking about versus Michigan? Yeah. Yeah. It's really the atmosphere, and it's hard to describe. Unless you're really playing. I mean, you guys probably see it on the field. I don't even think it was that much trash talk out there last year, to be honest. It was probably more trash talk the COVID year because there was no fans, so somebody had to make some noise. But it's something, My whole life, my mom always was mad at me because every time I'd always help somebody up, like on the other team. I'd tackle somebody, help them up. She's like, hey, you're always so nice out there. Like, quit being so nice. And usually the Michigan game, I usually tend not to. Like, I remember helping Braylon Allen up last game. And this is just one of those games, just not to help anybody up, really. Because they're not going to help you up. Yeah. It was an emotional game last year. And really, I don't know what too much I was thinking, but it was an emotional game. It is what it is. I'm really just trying to focus on this year. And do what I can this week to put ourselves in the best position to win. Yeah, and really, I want to say they're so like, and it's the fans that get mad. It was emotional. I wasn't trying to talk trash. It is what it is though. That's in the past, but I'm just looking forward to this game. Yeah, and a little bit, but that's what people. Ken was the star, and rightfully so. He was one of the best, definitely top 5, I think, in the country last year. But we had other players, Speedy Naylor, we had Kevin Jarvis, AJ Curry up there, Connor Hayward, all making plays. So last year, it was last year's team. It's time for us to do what we need to do. I told the dudes, so we lift every Monday to start the week. And I told them, like, before the Wisconsin week, I said, let's start today. Like, we're just going to put ourselves in the best position to win the rest of the games on our schedule. That's all we can do from now. So we got a chance to make this year count for something. So especially when we get to Big Ten play, just people, we know the other team so well and they know us so well. It's no trickery, this or that, you know what I mean? No just getting a feel of the team. So what it comes down to is it comes down to whose defense is going to play the best. And I think it comes down a lot to the line of scrimmage. And we've had our ups and downs this year, but I know we got a solid group, especially when everybody's healthy. So I'm looking forward to watching them and our whole offense really try to put it all together. And that's just football in general, I think, from Pee Wee to the NFL. I think it starts up front. Especially the game, especially this game being so intense every year. Night games are always a little frustrating for players. I mean, not frustrating, but you just kind of sit. We sit in the hotel. We do meetings and whatnot. We get a lot of rest time. It is what it is. And I remember, like I said, being at the 2015 game. I think the night game makes it crazier for the fans for sure. I remember walking out with my dad, and that's like the first time I heard. I think a Michigan State fan was talking crap to a Michigan fan, like little sister, this and that. And I'm like, yo, this place is crazy. This in Ann Arbor, trying to navigate our way through there. But yeah, it makes it an intense game for the fans for sure, and really, it's intense under the lights too. It's fun to play under the lights. It's just that anxious feeling, waiting all day to play. A bye week happened to land a week before this game, and it was good, especially for us right now at this point in the season with the guys we got nicked up a little bit. And then they got a bye week too, so that's good for them. They can get healthy and whatnot. And we were both getting a head start on film and take care of our bodies on both sides from us over and the boys in Ann Arbor. So it should be a fun one. Everybody, I know they're ready to go, and we're ready to go too. No, I don't think it's very much different. You attack a bye week, the same way. A little less physical, but the same mental strain, and I know they're doing it too. Like I said, maybe for the fans, it might be a more intense build-up, but for us, just putting in that work. It definitely, Coach Tuck's already an intense guy as it is, but he gets a little riled up this week, and he does a good job of, kind of explaining to the new guys of what it means, what this rivalry means. And we have so many people on staff and throughout the building that have been here, and some have played. So Coach Barnett, one of our strength coaches, Coach Guess, and so Coach Darren Harris, just hearing from them what the rivalry means for them, and it's fun, and it gets you to buy in a little bit more. Yeah, having that trophy in there is pretty motivational. Obviously, we get to see it every day. It's a privilege, and one that we're working to earn to keep it here. And that just comes with the work throughout the week and all off season, really. We all know this game's real important to us, so we're just working every week and doing the same thing, trusting the process still this week. And we're going to try to put the best product on the field come Saturday.